Alright, so let me talk about this for a second because this has been on my mind heavy. When Grand Theft Auto 5 dropped, I was like 15 years old. I genuinely couldn't wrap my pubescent brain around how insane that game was. Me and my friends poured days, if not weeks, into it. And then when GTA Online came out, it was over. Like, completely over. That game didn't even feel real anymore. It felt like some kind of fever dream, and it was just too much to process at that age. Now, fast forward, it's been like 12 years, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is finally about to drop this year, and everything we've seen so far, it looks like it could be the best video game ever made. But here's the problem. I'm not 15 anymore. I'm 28. Yeah, by how look, you guys couldn't tell that. Yes, I am an unk. But yeah, and I want to be clear before people get weird about this video games are dope. I'm not about to hit you with some boomer take like video games are ruining your life. That's not what this is. I grew up on them. They were like a healthy escape for me. And honestly, without them, who knows what dumb stuff I could have gotten into. And even now as an adult, they're still my favorite form of entertainment. I'm not sitting there watching cable TV. If I've got some free time, I'm probably gaming. And I know plenty of successful people who still play video games, so that's not the angle here. Oh, we're on wait, are we on a Merciless or Ruthless? But yeah, we're using the X9 Maverick in today's video. But yeah, as a kid, video games are like this magical world you can just disappear into. You're leveling up, unlocking stuff, laughing with your friends. It becomes part of your life. And it almost doesn't even feel real how much fun you're having. And then you get older and you start becoming a little more self-aware. And for me, that's when things started to shift. I'll never forget the moment it clicked. It was... Oh my god, I love this streak. And yeah, it was during COVID. I was stuck at home like everyone else, and I decided for the first time ever I was going to grind mastery camos in Call of Duty. I went full no life mode, every gun, every camo, just grinding non-stop. It took forever, and when I finally unlocked it, I felt nothing. No satisfaction, no accomplishment. I just sat there thinking, bro, what did I just do? The camo looks cool, bro. Wow. I was like, imagine if I had spent all that time learning a new skill, picking up a language, or building one of my business ideas. Instead, I got a camo that I never even saw again because the next Call of Duty dropped the next year. So it was like I dumped all this real life time and energy into something that basically disappeared. And the worst part, it wasn't even fun towards the end. It felt like a chore, and my reward was feeling like a complete dork afterwards. And that moment kind of changed everything for me. And ever since then, even when I hop on games with friends just to chill, there's this little voice in the back of my head like, you should probably be doing something else. And yeah, that kind of sucks because it takes away some of that magic. But at the same time, I think it's probably a good thing too. Alright, we're on a sticky situation, on a brutal right now, but I think we're flawless, right? We have not died once yet. But yeah, because at the end of the day, video games are a distraction, and honestly, so is a lot of stuff. Movies, drugs, toxic relationships. Most things can be distractions if you let them be. But GTA 6, that's about to be one of the biggest distractions we've ever seen. And I mean, think about it. This is Rockstar Games, one of the biggest studios in the world. They've been working on this since like 2014. And if you played Red Dead Redemption 2, you already know how far they've come. And that game came out in 2018 and still feels unreal today. And now imagine something that blows that out of the water. The level of detail, the graphics, the AI-driven NPCs. This world is probably going to feel more real than some people's actual lives. And it's going to be insane. Like, genuinely hard to comprehend how good this game might be. And just as a side note, Take-Two Interactive, the parent company, has been a great investment for me personally. Do your own research obviously, but companies that consistently make products like this tend to do pretty well. And now listen, if you think I'm saying don't buy the game, you're out of your goddamn mind. Day one, I'm there. I waited over a decade for this. I don't care if it costs $80 or $100, I'm buying it, and you probably are too, let's be real. But what I am saying is this time around, I'm going to be way more conscious of how easy it is to get completely lost in something like this, because that's what these games are designed to do. They want you locked in, ignoring everything else. But I'm not a kid anymore. I've got things to figure out, moves to make, stuff to build. When you're younger, time feels endless. When you're older, time is literally money. I know it sounds cliche, but it is true. And honestly, the past few years of gaming hasn't been amazing. So it's been easy not to get too sucked in. But I already know GTA 6 is going to be different. It's going to be so good that taking the time to just stop is going to take some discipline, you know? Oh, hey! Oh, I'm actually popping off. But yeah, here's the bigger issue. Modern entertainment makes it really easy to become a full-time consumer, and you can just sit there and consume content all day, game shows, social media, and never build any real skills, hobbies or purpose, which is quite scary. Because if you do get close, or if you get too deep into that, you end up more like an... Okay, the X9 Maverick got a buff with the update, but it feels like it's still kind of useless. I'm not sure, man. Maybe I'm not hitting my shots even more upper chest or torso, but yeah. Going back to the live com, yeah, there are going to be people who lose themselves in this game. They'll lose time, relationships, maybe even their sense of direction. And yeah, it sounds dramatic, but it's real. And that's the part I want people to think about. The game is going to be amazing. I'm hyped. I can't wait to play it, but it's still just a game. It's not going to fix your real life problems. It's not going to build your future for you. And I know if younger me heard this, I'd be like, man, shut up you nerd. But now it makes sense. Especially in your mid to late 20s, this is a turning point. You either build something, develop skills, grow, or you fall into that loop of just consuming and drifting. And I'm not trying to end up looking back like, damn, I spent all my time doing nothing but gaming. So yeah, I don't know, just something to think about. But yeah, I want to keep going with this because I feel like this conversation actually gets deeper the more you think about it. We already talked about how GTA 6 is going to be this insane next level experience, right? But here's the part that kind of messed me up. When I started looking into it more, this game isn't just going to be bigger, it's going to feel alive in a way games never have before. And I'm not even exaggerating. So imagine this for a second. You load into GTA 6 and instead of NPCs just walking in circles like they did back in GTA 5, now every single person in the world actually reacts to you in a meaningful way. Like if you rob a store, people remember. If you cause chaos, people react differently depending on whether they saw it or just heard about it. And there are even discussions and leaks talking about NPC dialogue being structured around context instead of random lines, meaning they respond based on what actually happened around them. Now think about that for a second. That means the world isn't just reacting, it's processing you. And what makes this even crazier is Rockstar has literally been working on systems to make NPC behavior more realistic for years. There are patents describing NPCs that don't just follow basic scripts but actually adapt to things like weather, traffic, and even different driving styles. So one NPC might drive aggressively in a sports car, another might be cautious in the rain, like real people. That sounds cool on paper, but when you really think about it, that's when it gets dangerous, because now you're not just playing a game, you're stepping into something that feels like a second reality. And here's where I started thinking. Back in the day, games had limits. You'd play for a few hours, get bored, hop off. But what happens when the game doesn't get boring? What happens when there's always something happening, always someone reacting, always some random event pulling you in? That's not just entertainment anymore, that's infinite engagement. And now here's the twist though, and this is actually important. A lot of people think this is all because of AI, like, oh yeah, GTA 6 is gonna be AI generated everything. That's actually not true. Rockstar's parent company literally confirmed that generative AI has zero part in building GTA 6's world, which is honestly even crazier because that means everything you're seeing, all that detail, all that immersion is handcrafted. Every street, every building, every interaction built manually, and I think that's what people don't fully understand. This game isn't just some algorithm throwing random stuff together, it's like a decade of human creativity poured into one single experience, and that's exactly why it's going to hit so hard. If a game becomes that immersive, that detailed, that real, then what happens to your actual reality? Oh my god. Alright, my streak actually saved me there. But yeah, think about your day for a second. You've got responsibilities, goals, stuff you should be doing, and then you've got this game just sitting there like, hey, come live a better life over here. You can drive faster cars, make more money, obviously in game, and do whatever you want with zero consequences. And the scary part is, your brain doesn't fully separate that. Not emotionally, not in the moment. That's why people already lose themselves in games that are way less advanced than what we're about to get. Now imagine that same effect multiplied by 10. And I'm not even saying this in some dramatic video games are bad way. I'm saying it realistically because we already see it with social media. Netflix, YouTube platforms are literally designed to keep you there as long as possible. And gaming is the most powerful version of that. And now you take a company like Rockstar, a studio with over a decade of development, an insane budget, and a proven track record with games like Red Dead Redemption 2, and you give them the goal of making the most immersive world ever created. Yeah, that's not something you casually play for 30 minutes, that's something you disappear into. And I think that's why this whole conversation matters. Because the danger isn't the game itself, the danger is how easy it's going to be to forget everything outside of it. Like, imagine this, you hop on for just an hour and next thing you know, it's 3 AM. You didn't work out, you didn't handle your business, you didn't do anything productive, but hey, your character just bought a penthouse and robbed a bank. Cool, but what did you do? And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but that's the real question. At some point you have to separate what feels productive from what actually is. And again, I'm not sitting here saying don't play. I'm literally going to be playing this game too. Day one, no hesitation. But I think the real skill moving forward, especially with games like this, is going to be knowing when to log off. Because back in the day, games ended. You beat the story, maybe played online a bit, and that was it. But now, games don't end. They evolve, they update, they keep pulling you back in. And GTA 6 is probably going to be the strongest version of that we have ever seen. So yeah, I'm hyped. I am excited. I can't wait to play it. But at the same time, I already know this is going to be one of those moments where you either enjoy it in moderation or it quietly takes over more of your time than you realize. And I think that's the real conversation nobody's having. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm overthinking this? Or do you feel it too? Like this game is going to hit different in a way we're not fully ready for yet. Because honestly, I don't think we've ever had a game like this before, and I don't think people realize what that actually means. Okay, the game is about to end, and I think I'm on a brutal, so I only need 2 kills, but my teammates keep triple capping the entire bloody game. Yeah, I don't think there's no one here. Yeah, I'm cooked, man. I'm not getting the nuke. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been your boy Zayla 107.3. Not bad at all.